Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new, and welcome to another bookish video. So as you can tell from the title, today I am filming my How I Annotate My Books video. I've had quite a little influx of new subscribers recently, which is amazing. I'm so happy to have you all here, and quite a few people have requested this video because in my most popular videos recently I have been annotating my books. I have been a little bit hesitant to film this purely because I have literally just started annotating. April was the first month I decided, you know what, this month we're going to try annotating and we're going to see how we feel about it. So I feel like I'm still kind of on like my annotation journey, if that makes sense. Like obviously throughout the month of April I've been trying out different things to try and work out what I like when it comes to annotating my books, because I do want it to be my personal way of doing it and not just something that I've copied and pasted from someone else's video. However, I do think I have my way of doing things down for the moment. That may well change, but if it does I can just film an updated annotation video. So if you would like to see how I annotate my books for the moment, then just keep watching. So as I said, I have just started annotating for the first time. Well, not the first time. I did annotate kind of in uni because I did do an English literature degree. So in terms of doing my essays and my dissertation, it was a whole lot easier to write in my books, underline my books, put sticky tabs in my books so that I knew where specific quotes were when it came to bringing those together for an essay or my dissertation. But in terms of personal reading, I have never annotated. I have been completely against annotating for the longest time. The thought of writing in a book, no. It used to give me the heebie-jeebies, but I seem to have slowly come round to the idea, and the main reason for that is just seeing other people's Bookstagram posts, book talks, book reels, seeing the beautifully annotated books at the end of the month, or just books that they're recommending with all these lovely tabs coming out. I wanted me some of that. So as I said, once April began, I decided I was going to try annotating for the full month and find out if it was something that I really enjoyed. Because I have been sort of trying to figure out my style, different books have been annotated in very different ways. For example, this one, All Your Perfects by Colleen Hoover. I read this towards the start of April when I was just starting to annotate, so all of the tabs on this one are purple because I decided just to go with one colour for all of my favourite quotes or favourite moments. So I tabbed them all purple just because the book is purple and I wanted to look pretty and aesthetic. So that one was just all one colour, like I said. However, I think I do have my style down now in terms of how I'm annotating books and what the different colours are, which I will get onto in a moment. Okay, in terms of what I use, I do have this little pencil case here, which is kind of like my annotation pencil case. I do want to get a new pencil case that I really like, maybe like a bookish one. This is just one that I had in the house that I've had for years, and it was just a perfect fit to fit in like all my pens, pencils and my tabs as well. So in this one I have what I began with, which was pencil. So when I first started annotating, I thought, well, when I first started annotating I only used sticky tabs, but again, the more I saw people posting all of their like underlined quotes and little things, I got FOMO. So I decided I wanted to start writing in my books as well. However, I was too scared to go straight to pen, so I thought, you know what, we'll start with pencil, we will see how we feel, we'll see if we like the way it looks, we'll see if we enjoy annotating, and then if so, we can put on our big girl pants and move to pen, which is exactly what I did. So I now have these pens here. I've got a whole ton of them, just because they came in a pack. So these are the Bic round stick pens, which I will link down below. I'll link everything down below just in case, but these ones were actually recommended to me by someone on Twitter, I believe, when I first started talking about annotating, and they are honestly perfect. Like, they never bleed through. They're quite a sort of like, they're not faint. Like obviously if you push harder it could go darker. I don't know, I just kind of like the way they look. They're really easy to use, really smooth, and like I said, they never bleed through. Like sometimes I might see like the indentation of a line on the next page, but that doesn't really bother me. I just didn't really want to have like ink seeping through each page. And then in terms of what I use to underline, I really don't like the way it looks. Please don't hate me, but personally, this is my personal opinion, I really don't like the way it looks if people just freehand underline and the line is like all over the place. It's just not aesthetically pleasing to me. So instead, what I do, which may hurt some people, I actually use my bookmark. I don't have like a little ruler that I could carry around. Maybe I will invest in like a little ruler that will go in this pencil case at some point, but for now I always have one of these bookmarks in my books, just the little tassel ones, because I just love a tassel bookmark. And I just use, I mean, it kind of looks like it might be supposed to be used as a ruler anyway. So yeah, I always have this one of my bookmarks. I have many of these. I will just use this to underline any of the quotes that I love. please don't hate on me. Okay, I just had to go answer the door, so I'm sorry if I have moved. But next I was going to tell you about my tabs. So these are the tabs that I am currently using here. Again, I will link these down below just like everything else for you. These ones I absolutely love. Do you know, until I started annotating last month, I did not actually realise that transparent sticky tabs existed. I used to use the tabs that were like full on block colour, and if you wanted to see underneath it you would have to peel it back. So transparent sticky tabs, a whole new wonderful world to me. So this is actually the only one I have left that has any pinks on it. The rest are all completely depleted, and that is one of the main reasons that I actually changed up how I was tabbing halfway through the month, which again I'll explain in a minute. I absolutely love these tabs. I think they're amazing. The only thing is I did originally buy the pointy ones because I thought for some reason that I would be able to always like point to where the line was that I loved. However, obviously if the line starts further across the page, the tabs are going to be poking out too much. So there was just no way to do that. So I have actually bought a new pack, and these are just the box ones this time, and this time I will tab just above where the line is so that I know that everything below the tab is what it is that I want to look at. Hope that makes sense. It'll probably make more sense in a moment. So yeah, I'm probably going to try and use these up first and then slowly move on to my box ones. The only thing with that is, again, the pinks are going to get used up with them first, and they'll be like pink boxes and then everything else pointy, but I don't know, I'll work it out. So that is everything I use at the moment. In terms of the tabs, this is what we're going for now. Now that I feel like I've decided what I want everything to mean and how everything should work, we have pink, which means romantic or smutty scenes. Orange, which means I love this quote or I love this moment. So like either a quote that really like resonates with me, that I just like feel, or a scene or a moment that I just love within the book and it doesn't really fit into any of the other colours. Yellow for the minute is foreshadowing, or something that I think they're putting that in there because it's going to come up later and it's something that I want to remember and know that I picked it out as a clue earlier on. Green is funny, which I think it is for most people. Blue is sad, again I think that's pretty normal. The light purple is cute. One of the main reasons that I have broken up romantic and cute is because they were the quotes slash scenes that I was tabbing the most, which is why my pink tabs were just getting depleted constantly. So I decided to break it up so that we've got romantic slash sexy and then cute and fluffy. And I actually really like the way that works. It means that I'm not running out of either of those ones too quickly, and usually it's quite equal throughout a book. There usually will be quite a few pinks and purples. And then right now this dark purple one is shocking or twists. So something that comes up and I'm like, oh, did not see that coming, that sort of vibe. And I am really happy with these at the moment. However, I would really like a colour for angry. So whether it's something that is happening in the book that is making me angry, that's like supposed to make me angry, like maybe like miscommunication between two characters or a character I really dislike, or if it's something about the book that's making me angry, so something the author has written that I just really do not like and do not agree with. So I am considering making orange angry, but then I don't know what I'll do about the quotes that I love. I don't know if I really need the shocking tab, apart from when it comes to thrillers, because I do like to put in where the twists are. So yeah, that I am still kind of working out. I do have my way of doing things at the moment, but I feel like I do need to find a colour or something for things that make me angry. Like with the book I'm reading right now, there's a lot of moments that are making me angry or frustrating me, and I really want to tab them because they're bringing out an emotion in me, but I just don't have a colour that fits. So that is something I'm going to work on, and I'm sure you'll hear all about it when I do an updated one of these. The other thing I was just going to say about tabs is I know everyone has their preferences. I personally hate when tabs are sticking too much out of books. Like I can get really anal when I am tabbing my books. I do try and keep them all like this little sort of like centimetre, couple of centimetres outside of the book and no more. And if I am tabbing, sometimes I'll have a look, like halfway through I'll look and check if the one that I've just tabbed sort of matches up and is coming out the same amount as the rest of the tabs, because I really hate when you've got ones that are coming out really far, ones that are coming out just a little bit. So I do like them all to be around the same sort of distance, and I don't like that distance to be too big. Yeah, that probably sounds really like anal, but that's just how I like it, okay? And these books do look slightly different because obviously in this book, Red, White and Royal Blue, this is probably one of the first ones I read where I was actually doing all of those meanings that I just mentioned, so all of the different tabs. So in this one you can see there's quite a lot of purples for cute and green for funny, but I will always expect thrillers to be slightly different in like the colour palette once they are tabbed, because the majority of what I'm going to be tabbing in a thriller is yellow for foreshadowing or clues or things that I'm going to I think are going to come up later and have something to do with how everything is going to end up. And then dark purples for the twists and the reveals and the shocking moments. You can see in this one it is a lot of yellows. This is the night swim. However, I do have a couple of oranges in here because I really liked some of the quotes, and obviously a couple of blues for sad moments as well. But I do always expect my thrillers probably to be predominantly yellow and dark purple. So in terms of what I do with my pen, I do have a couple of different things I do depending on how I feel. So sometimes, for example, if it is just like a full scene that I want to tab, like it's not a specific quote, it's like a full scene that is sad or cute or romantic or whatever, I will just tab it and not put any sort of like underlining or annotation. I'm trying to find an example of that right now and it's taken a while. Okay, so for example, this one here, I've just put the pink tab and you can see there's no underlining on either of these pages. I was obviously just marking this moment as a romantic or sexy moment that was about to unfold. So I want to mark that to remember where that was in the book. If it is still like quite a long scene, it's not just a quote. In that case, what I'll do is almost like a big bracket. Again, I'm trying to find an example. So for instance, this one, I think you can see I just put like a big bracket down here. So that just meant like I wanted to pay attention to this moment here, but it was too much to underline. So if it's like a couple of paragraphs or that, I'm not going to underline all of those words. I will just put this little brackety thing so I know that this is everything that pertains to this tab. And then if I'm underlining, that's because it's that specific sentence or those specific words that I really want to pay attention to. So for instance, with this one, there's a lot of just like funny one-liners. So like here, I have tabbed it green to say this is where it is, and then I have two underlined sentences underneath, and that is to say these are the funny bits that I'm talking about. It's not like a full scene, it's just like certain lines that I think are funny or cute or I love or whatever. So like with orange ones, usually those will be underlined because usually it's because it's a quote that I love. There's just something about the way it's written. So like this one, for example, I've got an orange one to say that I loved this moment, and then I've got underlined underneath to let me know that is the quote that I loved. I will always tab. So I know some people only tab like certain moments, but they will underline all the way throughout the book. I will always tab because I always want someone to be able to flag me to where that was. I'm not one of those people who's going to just like scroll through a book, flip through a book to try and find all of the little annotations that I did. I want to have a tab for every single one so that I can draw attention to where those annotations were. And then sometimes I'll maybe do like a mix of both. I don't know if I have an example of that. So like here, for example, this is quite early in the book, I've put the tab here. As I always will, I'll put it on top of where what I'm trying to annotate starts. So obviously the line underneath this is where this scene starts that I think is funny. And then it will go all the way down this page and onto this page because I have then underlined something that was particularly funny. So this whole scene from here down the way I obviously thought was funny, but this line here must have just been one that like really made me laugh out loud. It was like particularly pertaining to the tab, if that makes sense. And again, sometimes it might even just be like one paragraph or one page or whatever, but if there's not like a specific line that really gave me whatever feeling it was, I will just tab it to say like this moment was funny, but then I will always underline if it is a specific quote that made me feel a certain way. I really hope this is making sense. I feel like it's going to be an absolute chaotic video, but it makes sense to me. I think that is basically it for this video. If there's anything I've missed out, then please do just leave me a little question down below and I'll let you know. I think I've mentioned everything I do and everything I use. I do also really want to start a reading journal. However, I have started so many reading journals in the past, and something you should know about me, I am a quitter. So the amount of journals, notebooks, stationery of every kind I have started things in but then never continued is ridiculous. I think I have about 3 different book journals all in the go that I did not stick to, and I think the main reason for that is that I was trying to do these like amazing journal spreads, you know, like Journal with Chloe or someone like that, and that's just not for me. I will not maintain that. I will not keep that up. So I do want to start something that's a lot more simple, literally just like title, author, rating, dates read, and a few thoughts, just so that I know what I'm saying when it comes to like my wrap-ups at the end of the month, because sometimes I do find myself getting to my wrap-ups and having no clue what the book was about. So that would be very helpful. So yeah, I do want to start quite a simple reading journal of my own, but I have not quite got around to that yet. So again, if I do an updated version of this video, I will include it then. But I think that is it for this video. So if you did make it to the end of this video, then pop a love heart down below in the colour of your favourite tab. Just for something a little bit different, pop that down below just to let me know that you made it to the end of this video and that you enjoyed your time here. But as always, if you did enjoy the video, then do please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe for more bookish content from me. Comment down below with any of your thoughts and feelings. I do reply to every single comment. I love you all and I will see you in my next one.